Today I'd like to talk to you about why school start times should be much later than they are. Everybody knows the stereotypical high school story of people staying up way too late into the night only to get their homework done to wake up super early to go turn it all in. This cycle of sleep deprivation is very harmful to students across the entire world. And I would like to change that today. I would like to change everybody's minds today on school start times being as early as they are, because I strongly believe that they need to be pushed back in order to save the mental health of the younger generation. Now, in her studies regarding sleep with students and adolescents, Mary Carskadon figured out that we need about 8.5 to 9.25 hours of sleep every single night. I can attest as a student personally to this, that I do not get that much sleep every night. And I know that I need to, and I try my hardest, and on the weekends I try to catch up as much as I can, but even so, I'm still not getting enough sleep. Now, considering most students wake up just about, not 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock-ish to go to school at 8 o'clock, many are not getting enough sleep considering that they fall asleep around 11 to 12 o'clock at night, sometimes even 1, 2, or 3 in the morning, depending on the homework load. And that's very harmful because sleep is a biological need that is just as essential as food and water. Now, sleep deprivation, if it only occurs for a short period of time, it's not harmful. But over a long period of time, it can be very detrimental to the mental health of anybody, including adults. Since teens are not getting enough sleep, they're just harming their brains over and over. They don't realize this because nobody really tells them, and it's just, a given that you're supposed to stay up late to do your homework, stay up late to finish that essay, finish that assignment, that kind of thing. And it's not realized how much harm it's actually doing. Whenever you're sleeping, you go into several different phases of sleep, including REM and quiet sleep. During REM sleep, your brain heals itself, it boosts your immune system, boosts your learning, boosts your memory, and it's awake. It's awake during that time, technically, and that's whenever you're dreaming, that's whenever you're doing those things, and those are productive sleep activities. Typically, you go through several cycles of these REM stages throughout your entire course of your sleep, but if you're not given enough time to sleep, these cycles often get interrupted, and that's whenever you wake up feeling drowsy, feeling miserable, feeling like you didn't really want to get up. That's why. It's because you're interrupting REM sleep. During quiet sleep, that's deep sleep, where your brain is repairing itself, where your brain is constantly trying to make those improvements. And whenever we're not getting enough sleep, we're just not getting enough of these cycles to be beneficial. And if a student gets these habits of sleep deprivation from school start times at the beginning of their life to going into the workforce and thinking that it's okay to stay up till 12 or 1, just doing whatever and not going to bed early whenever they can, that is going to be very detrimental, because it's not only the cause for bad brain development, but also for Alzheimer's. And what I would like to talk about now is Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a very bad disease that is caused by tau proteins blocking the brain. And whenever these tau proteins end up clogging, they clog similar to arteries. And whenever these arteries in the brain technically clog, then your memory is interrupted, you can't remember things, and it's just simply a very bad habit to be in if you're getting to bed late, getting up early, and you're causing these tau clogs, especially over an extremely long period of time. That is what causes the early onset Alzheimer's that we're seeing, and more people that are getting it are because of sleep deprivation and those kinds of similar cases. So to wrap up, early school start times can have very adverse effects on mental health, and it is not realized, even though there's countless studies and countless legislations trying to be passed, people just don't seem to get it. And what I hope to have proved to you today is that it's worth it every 100% bit that we need to push back school start times in order to save the mental health and the mental security for the younger generation from now into the future. Thank you. And here is my sources.